have a gambling problem?
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby. If I had a problem, I'd be starving. I'd be hawking this watch. My championship rings, I would sell my house. I would do this. My wife would left me, or she'd be starving, or my kids would be starving. I do not have a problem. I enjoy gambling.
This is gonna be fun. I had no idea you had no idea what a guillotine league was. So yeah, this is gonna be really fun. The Las Vegas guillotine.
Did you know that the last time a man was executed by guillotine in France was like, yeah, this is heavy, was like less than 50 years. Like it was like way more recent than you'd think. It popped.
Wow.
This is the kind of heat that gets dropped on my Twitter sometimes. I'll be like, whoa, dude, what are they doing in France? Just chopping people's heads off in like 1971? What are they doing? Yeah.
I love the stats you bring. You bring some good stats to the pod. That's a great one. Yeah. So we're going to do Guillotine League draft is Sunday. We're also going to be doing the Survivor pool. We're going to be doing the Westgate Super Contest. So we got a lot of content coming up, a lot of cool things we're going to be doing. But yeah, the Guillotine League, 18 teams. And just like normal fantasy, scoring and everything, except whoever scores the least amount of points each week gets cut. So you can draft your team and be out in 1 week. If you score the fewest points week 1, you're out of the league. Basically, you never have to win in a single week except for the very last one when your head's up.
Oh, so it's not a heads up each week and the loser. Oh, it's lowest scorer each week gets eliminated.
Yep.
Okay, that changes my thought process. I was thinking maybe you would want to draft feast or famine guys and just have a team that had a super high ceiling. But that's actually wrong because those are the types of guys that end up leaving you with like goose eggs and then you get the lowest score. So you really just want like the most consistent team possible.
Each team who gets eliminated, their players go back in the pool. Everyone has $1,000 of bidding money. So
now we're talking. So it's a snake draft to start with how many teams?
Snake draft. 18.
Snake draft 18 teams to start, and then as soon as week 1 is over, it's a full auction draft of free agents.
The top players are gone by like the 3rd round, like all the best fantasy players. So you really have to hit on your first 3 picks, I would say. Definitely your first 2.
So 18 teams. So the first 3 rounds are 54 picks. So yeah, I mean half of the like legitimately good players are gone through 3 rounds.
Yeah. One thing I learned last year, you definitely want to hold on to your money as long as you can, because towards the end of the year, when all your opponents have used a lot of their money bidding on players, you have a huge advantage if you have the most salary towards the end. If somebody who drafts CMAC first, if their team loses, someone's going to probably bid like $500, like half of their money for McCaffrey, and it's a mistake. Like it just is. So you want to keep it conservative and just hope everyone else underbids and you get a player like that.
Well, yeah, because the chances are that guy that just spent $500 on McCaffrey is also going to lose him later. So
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Another couple things that are important are your only positions where you just have one player of that position are quarterback and tight end.
Yeah.
So one thing I discovered is I kind of punted on quarterback last year.
Yeah.
And that meant I was spending money every week when a quarterback would come available that would improve my team. And it didn't happen very often. So I was like, I have to like bid for this guy. And ideally, you never want to spend money on like quarterback or tight end. We have the 13th pick. Basically, you just want to have a really well-rounded roster. If you have one of those top tier quarterbacks and a top tier tight end, it's a pretty nice floor. Usually those guys always put up points, right?
The move is, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is available, is take him and then maybe wait and have Kyler Miller
Try
and
and
have
get Kyler.
Kyler and Marvin Harrison on both.
That's always a good strategy in like normal fantasy.
Oh, it's a little more risky here.
This is like, that's very busty. You just bust if
Right. If they just like lose 31-3,
Mhm.
then you just like you lose that week. But I think the kid from Texas, Xavier Worthy, that ran the fastest 40 time in the history of the combine
Mhm.
is gonna be like is the real deal. He was sick
Mhm.
in college. I really liked him in college.
Mhm. Think he'll be better now that he has Mahomes?
I mean, it can't hurt.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be good.
I'll just throw some things at you here. And for the guillotine draft, we're drafting 13 and 23. Have Amon-Ra St. Brown or Puka Nacua.
I would take Amon Ra.
Okay. Would you
I
rather
think
have Puka Nacua or Debo Samuel?
uh, I think I would take Puka.
Just because of injury stuff?
Yeah, that was the first thing
Yeah.
I was thinking of.
Would
Me
you rather
too. It's
have
very.
Marvin Harrison Jr. or Puka Nacua?
I think Marvin Harrison has a higher upside, but I would take Puka Nacua.
Okay. Would you
Because
rather have Marvin Harrison Jr. or Mike Evans?
Marvin Harrison,
Okay. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Nico Collins.
probably Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I think it's
I
possible that he's like a top three fantasy receiver because I just think they're gonna be in a lot of games where they're throwing all the time. Like they're
Yeah,
down or they're in shootouts or their defense, like they just are gonna have a lot of offensive possessions and they're gonna throw it a lot. Um,
they're going to be a little bit brutal when they're winning and they're just pounding the ball with James Conner.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But but
it's also possible that they're better than we think. Like they seriously overperformed
dude,
last year and looked like a team that like
I
might be
yeah
good this year. Yeah.
yeah I would love their tight end Trey McBride. I'm gonna like betting on them as underdogs when they're catching like 6 points like week one. It's like almost tempting to take them in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting line. They're getting six in Buffalo, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should be getting seven probably.
They were. I got that down.
Oh, okay. I've got some not so bold, very chalky Chiefs predictions. Hey guys.
Well, you already know my
Hey,
thoughts.
hey guys. I like the Chiefs. Yeah, you heard it here first. By the way, the Chiefs are good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
Chiefs.
yeah. Pat Mahomes. Ever heard of him? Uh, I keep hearing on pods and stuff, people are like, nobody in the history of the NFL has won three consecutive Super Bowls. And then at first you're like, oh yeah, that is kind of crazy. Like that's never happened. And then he throws it behind the back pass, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, well he'll probably just win three in a row.
Has anyone ever done that before?
I mean, like seriously though, he'll probably just win another Super. He'll probably just do it. Like like last year was the worst team he's had. They just won the Super Bowl. No big deal. Underdogs in Buffalo, underdogs in Baltimore, underdogs in the Super Bowl. No big deal.
Yep.
Worst team he's ever had. Literally guys that could not catch on the football team.
I know. Dude, they just cut Tony.
Oh, they cut Kadarius Butterfingers Tony.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
I mean, they don't
that
need
team
him.
actually kind of sucked. Like if you take Mahomes off they had like no weapons. They still won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday. How many of the rosters in the league, if you just put Mahomes on them, would they have been better than the Chiefs last year?
Like so many.
Yeah, like he would have won the Super Bowl last year with like almost every team in the league. That's how good he is.
I mean, probably every team that made the playoffs.
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah. Yeah,
There's a lot of teams like he wouldn't take the Panthers. He wouldn't take a bunch of teams he wouldn't in the Super Bowl with.
I think if you put him on the Patriots at the beginning of the season, the healthy Patriots
Oh,
with Bar
the Patriots, maybe. I said
if
the
you
Panthers.
yeah, I know, but I mean the
Yeah,
Patriots were like the second worst team in the league last year.
yeah, with that defense,
You
dude.
had
Yeah,
Barnwell and Gonzalez and
yeah.
Judon
All of a
and
sudden, Hunter Henry's healthy. All of a sudden, just catches
yeah,
like 14 touchdowns.
yeah. I'm pretty sure he would have won the Super Bowl last year with a couple of the bottom five teams in the league.
It's crazy.
It's pretty nuts. All right. Well, we're not picking Super Bowl yet, but um, it's gonna be pretty funny when we very boldly just like, hey man, the Chiefs are gonna three-peat.